everyone. So this morning I went on Facebook, just to check my daily feed. The first thing that popped up was an article written by City News with the title, "Should 420 become a national holiday?" Above the caption was a girl smoking marijuana. I immediately thought, this is scary. Can people really relate this to a holiday such as Christmas and Thanksgiving? As I thought more about this topic, all I could think about is all the people whose lives are at risk because of marijuana. Marijuana is one of the most common drugs, as it has become such a big topic in the past of whether it should be legal in states or not. When I researched more about this topic, what I found was negative aspects on how this life is affecting people's lives. I became interested in this topic as I have seen people close to me change incredibly and how their lives have been affected by it. It is necessary for us, teens and young adults, to know what the negative aspects and causes of this drug and how it will affect your future. Now, I know many of you may or may not agree with what I just said. However, I ask that you try and keep an open mind and listen to the merits of my evidence and reasoning in approaching this difficult topic, as I explain to you on how smoking marijuana can have a negative impact on a person's health and life, and why people should not smoke it. Thank you. First, marijuana contains harsh chemicals that are still legal in most states. Marijuana is an illegal drug in most states that contains chemicals that are bad for your health, that can become an extremely expensive addiction. Marijuana contains more than 500 chemicals. There are several components that are found in marijuana that are still illegal in many states, in the US and in many countries around the world. For example, if caught with marijuana possession in a state where it is illegal, you could be arrested on felony marijuana possession. Under federal law, possession by itself is a misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in a year prison and up to $1,000 fine for the first order. Having a felony on your record does not look good, especially when applying for jobs or for school. It can make it harder for you to get a job, and you will most unlikely get into a good college with a felony on your record. I had an ex-boyfriend that got caught with a possession of marijuana when he was in college. He got kicked out of school and had a hard time applying for jobs because not only did he not receive a college education because he got kicked out, but he also had it on his record that when I Googled his name, it popped up that he was arrested for marijuana possession. Therefore, if you do not have marijuana in your possession, you do not have to worry about getting caught and worrying about the extreme consequences that go along with it. Not only could marijuana change your life and plans and goals in the future for the worse by not being able to live up to your full expectations, but it could also harm you internally as well. This brings us to why marijuana has harmful effects on your body and your brain. Since having lived in California for about 2 years, where marijuana is legal, you can tell the effect that it has on the people that smoke in their state. I have seen with my own 2 eyes people smoke, and after being so completely out of it, they don't even know what's going on, where they're at, or what they're even talking about. I know a girl that said she fell into the mistake of smoking to help her with her anxiety. She said she smoked for a while and then it only made it worse, so she quit. She said once she quit, she actually felt that her anxiety had decreased tremendously. I did more research to why marijuana was making her anxiety worse, since it has said it helps people cope with it. When I looked on healthline.com, Dina Westphal, a pharmacist, says one of the short-term effects for some people who smoke marijuana is anxiety and paranoia. One of the reasons why marijuana can make you feel anxious is because marijuana is a drug that controls your feelings, perceptions, and your emotions. According to drugfreeworld.org, the use of marijuana can cause weakened or damaged thinking and the ability to learn and complete complex tasks. At first, it could lead to learning and attention, memory problems, poor coordination, increased heart rate, anxiety that only last using or right after using marijuana. It could then lead to a few days where you have learning and memory problems and sleep problems. It can then bring you to long-term effects of an addiction, long-term learning and memory problems, risk for chronic cough, risk for schizophrenia, and in some rare cases of recurrent episodes of severe nausea and vomiting. With avoiding marijuana altogether, you will not have to worry about these symptoms affecting you while using a drug that contains harsh chemicals that you put into your body. Not only are our bodies not made for all these harsh chemicals to be put inside of them, but it can be a very costly addiction. Marijuana is very expensive and is usually not a one-time thing. Roughly, marijuana costs an average person $9 to $15 a gram. A gram! Imagine how small a gram is, and imagine how fast all that adds up. In an article on ScienceDaily.com, if you start smoking marijuana at the start of your teens, your risk of having a drug problem by age 28 is 68%. That's over half of the teens that smoke will have a drug abuse problem at such an early age. Marijuana is an illegal drug in most states that contains chemicals that are bad for your health, that can become an extremely expensive addiction, and if caught with marijuana possession in a state where it is illegal, you could be arrested on a felony marijuana possession. You could also have a hard time applying for jobs and a good education that could affect your life, externally and internally. Marijuana can have extreme effects when smoking it. It affects different parts of your brain that you absolutely have no control over. The longer you smoke it, the worse marijuana long-term effects will have on you. Starting at a young age will only make you more susceptible to a drug abuse problem by the time you are age 28 by 68%. It is our jobs as teens and young adults to stop this percentage from growing. It is also extremely expensive and is an unnecessary cost that people should not be worrying about. I'm going to show you a graph real quick on how much the marijuana possession and how much it's increased. So on the side, it is the amount that's how much of the value marijuana has been made, and then this is the percentages of how much marijuana has gone up since 2011 to 2016. Look at how much it's raised. You can see that right there. In conclusion, not smoking marijuana will only make your life better in the end. You will not have to worry about the long-term effect that this harmful and expensive drug can have on you. You don't have to want to have a drug addiction by harmful drugs that contain so many components at a young age. Just remember that you should be the only one in control of your life and your body. Thank you.